and welcome to Just Starving. Hi, and welcome. I'm Lucas.
I'm Nikki.
And this is our special guest, Danny. He's from our class, from my hometown. He's going to be here to talk to us about his experience, post-grad, art school, and with us.
He was pretty much with us the whole way from freshman year. I met them freshman year and all the way till graduation in art school. So I think he'd be your perfect first guest since he was with us throughout the entire thing.
Yeah. Fun fact, he's a bad interviewer.
So this is going to be a challenge.
Yes. Yeah.
It'll be good practice for us.
I've known him since junior year.
I don't know. I had a year every time I say it. It's like 10 years.
So 15 years.
Junior year of high school?
Yeah.
High school,
Junior or
okay.
sophomore year, I can't remember, but it's been...
No,
I say 6 years.
6 years. All right.
But yeah.
Yeah. So we've been pretty good friends for quite a bit of time, I'd say. What you guys met, you both lived in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember how you met? I know, because I know with my friends. Wait. 'Cause I know with my friends, I don't actually remember how we met. It's always just like, oh, maybe we talked to each other online or whatever. But it's always really fuzzy. Do you have a story?
We have a funny story.
Great!
I wouldn't say we have a funny story. I have a story, and it's
You
fun.
tell it all the time.
I know, but it's frustrating. Okay, we met in Miss I don't want to say her name, but my favorite art teacher's class in high school. We were the 3D kids, and in
Wait, the 3D kids?
we did the 3D work.
Oh.
Until getting here, we only did 3D work.
Oh, so that explains why you liked sculpture so much.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He was almost a ceramics major, but they just put him in design.
Yeah, I came undecided.
Oh.
They threw me in
Oh,
design.
you should have done
Yeah.
ceramics, dude. I mean, we probably wouldn't have been great friends, but
He would have been that basement
And I would
unicorn.
have been unemployed, maybe? No.
Oh, yeah, well.
Okay.
So real.
But we met in high school. I can't remember if it was junior or sophomore year because
It
it's
could
so
have
long
been
ago.
second semester junior year.
Oh yeah. But he, in his mind, I know now, did not expect to ever talk to anyone ever again from our class. Correct?
Yeah. It was 30 minutes of class?
It was an hour and a half.
No, that's when it switched.
No, that was senior year.
Oh.
We met junior or sophomore. I can't
Already fighting.
remember. We communicate a lot through fighting, but the story is, we all call him David. His name is not and has never been David. And because he basically thought, I don't care what they call me, we're never going to talk again, he just let it happen.
That just seems like a classic Danny thing to do, though.
It is, though. So one day, our teacher, our beloved teacher, I miss her so much. She's not, I don't know. But she came up and was like, his name is not David, it's Daniel. And all of us were just like, what? And he's just like, yeah, I just didn't care enough to tell you. Basically what he said, though, is I just didn't care enough to correct you. And I was just like, your name is Daniel. Why wouldn't you just tell us? And again, he just didn't care enough to correct us.
Well, how often were you referring to him? If he didn't, did you talk to anybody?
We sat on the island. It was actually...
We literally called it Hawaii.
Yeah, we called it Hawaii.
And I would sit across from him.
Oh, so you guys were talking to each other quite often.
Well, doing art and then...
Right.
Yeah,
sometimes.
it's casual conversations you make while you make paper machete stuff.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't a rare occurrence, but we weren't friends, and that didn't happen until later. But I said his name. I called him David a bunch of times, and so did 2 other people.
That's amazing.
And there was that one who was like, I always knew her name was Daniel. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
whatever, but I hate her. And I don't want to talk about
She
her.
was...
She doesn't have to be in this
No,
space.
she sends me to a frenzy. I don't like her.
I don't
No negative vibes. Just me.
get them out.
Get out of here.
All right, so you met that's very coincidental. You guys met in an art class.
Yeah.
Did you guys know you were going to the same art school?
No, we didn't know we were in art school.
Well, the lady came to, see our work.
The lady.
Yeah.
Our ladyship. Yeah, she came, an admissions person from the school,
Oh, okay.
and we fell in love a little.
Well, I mean, the other school at first.
Oh, yeah,
Can
that
we
other
say
school.
schools?
No, I don't.
okay.
I'm trying to. I don't think we're avoiding names, but
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid
All names.
company
entirely?
names.
Another-
Company names, personal
Yeah.
names, stuff like that.
Okay.
another school came, a bigger, better school,
Right.
and they had some of our alumni there, and we asked about them, and he had no idea, and we're just like, oh, he didn't do his research, and he just so the school is large.
Right.
And our art environment was always very the teacher was always with us, and she was always there caring for us. So then someone from the school we all went to came, and she gave us what we wanted. Like, she took care of us and she talked to us and she cared. And we had alumni from our school who was at that school, and she knew that person and knew about him and what he was doing. So it was just like there was that connection that we were I know I was looking for.
Yeah,
Right.
no, I was looking definitely.
Yeah.
And it was cheaper too.
So this is kind of off topic a little bit, but like I knew when I met you guys freshman year, I was very, like, you guys didn't seem like the type of people who would go to an art school, if that is
Really?
offensive in any way.
No.
But like it's just like, I don't, maybe I had my own stigma of like who would be at an art school at that point in my life, but like you seemed like a very technical guy to me, and like didn't really seem to be, which is weird because like you're really into like craftsmanship and handmade things now.
Yeah.
But like back then, like I didn't take you for that type of person.
No, I totally get that. Danny's experience and my experience in high school is very different. I was in art all 4 years because my brother, that art room was a safe space for us, and I kind of lived there most of the time, and that's kind of why I loved art so much. And that's kind of why I continued it. And I just like I planted my roots in that room the first day I went to school in high school, and that's where I stayed, and I wanted to continue that because I was passionate about it.
Right.
And I do love technology, and I try and get more involved in it. It's just really complicated.
Right.
But
And it's funny because like I kind of fell into like the more techie side of
Mhm.
art, where like I love like gadgets and tech stuff, like the more like, as you said in the last podcast, like I immediately bought this microphone because I've wanted it for a long time. I just didn't have a reason to get it until like we started this one conversation. It's like, do you want to start a podcast? I already bought a
yeah,
microphone.
I was like, I want to do a podcast, and you're like, yes.
Let's do it.
2 minutes later, I bought this mic, and I'm
Yeah, it's like $150 mic, and I have like all the gear and stuff like that. Like I'm very into like photography and
like these
videography.
lights are hers,
Yeah.
this camera's hers, the laptop is hers.
Yeah. Well, this is my work laptop.
At least
It's
you
not
got one.
so
But-
shady.
But Danny, your experience is very different from mine, and I'd love for you to talk about that.
Yeah. So like when you were in high school, like what drew you to art? Because like again, just like Lucas, you didn't take me as like the artist type at first, and like you from an outside perspective, you take me as more of like an athletic type. I don't know how true that is, but like from a stranger, like that's how I see you.
Yeah.
So like, what drew you to art
I have
when
no
you were that
clue.
age?
I think it was my art teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
we just
I think that has a lot of art. Like high school art teachers are like the foundation of artists.
Oh my God! If there weren't high school art teachers, there would be no college art teachers.
Yeah.
And they kind of put that flame in you, that drive. Our high school art teacher, amazing. I love her. I miss her. She was an inspiration to so many, and she fought for us, and she did so much for so many people. I'm happy she's retired, and I'm happy she's enjoying her life.
Yeah.
That's great.
But since Danny's again having a hard time talking,
like
No, he's fine. He's fine.
Yeah.
yeah.
talk about. Well, sorry, I'm so bad at letting Danny do his own thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like, speak more.
We'll
of
get into that later.
outside of, because I only saw you for an hour and a half every day. We never had a single class outside of art together.
Did you
in
have
high school.
Did you have other interests in high school besides art?
I mean, I did sports, but I mean, the easiest elective was art. So I mean, I did art. That's
Well, was it like an easy elective, or was it just easy for you because it came naturally?
probably a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I know definitely my art teacher in high school was definitely a huge influence as well. And I feel like if you talk to every art student in art school, like their high school art teacher is what kind of drew that passion, because it's very unlikely that parents will push you to go to art school. It's very unlikely that like any adult figure will push you to go to art school. And so like having that adult who is making a living, getting money, and like is an artist is very inspirational. And I was lucky enough to have two people at that age to be like that. One was more fine arts, and the other one was more techie, which is where I kind of fell into. But like just seeing them, and not even just seeing them, but like they believed in you and cared enough to put their time and effort into like watching you grow as an artist.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
think that was just such a big help. But yeah, so I want to hear more about. So you guys grew up in Florida, and I knew you guys roommated together once you started going here.
Sophomore year.
Sophomore year. Okay, so
Sophomore
it wasn't freshman year you started.
Freshman year
Okay.
was a mess for.
We didn't. I think our art teacher told us not to room
No,
together.
oh, yeah, she was like, she
Did
laughed at the
she?
idea. She
Oh
laughed.
my god.
We argued like this ever since we met, basically.
No,
Since we
a lo-
started talking.
But it's funny because I feel like we argue the most when people in the room with us, but whenever we're
that's
alone,
true.
we vibe so well.
But we need a third person.
Oh,
at
because
least.
no, you can't vote
mellow
when
us
there's two
out.
people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like such
actually
a
a con-
couple.
It's a common thing to have three.
Yeah.
I guess.
It was-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is funny. Anytime I have a best friend, or when I have my best friends, everyone feels like I'm married to them. It's really weird.
Well, you kind
you've
of
seen
are.
it. Everyone thinks I'm married to my best friends.
Well, no. Oh, yeah.
Rosha.
Yeah.
Sorry. Name, and name.
Yeah.
Your parents.
Never mind.
Whoa. All right. Should I ask about that story?
No, it's not really a story.
Not
It's
a
just that
story,
my mom
okay.
is adamant that we're dating.
Oh, that's
Adamant.
hilarious.
That's
I think
be like-
I think a lot of people are adamant that you guys are dating.
I know certain people ship us, and I've told you about that, right? I've definitely mentioned
I
it.
don't remember.
I've mentioned it, and it's hilarious because our best friend thinks we should date.
Oh,
Oh.
I know who you're talking
Oh,
about.
okay.
It was so funny.
I remember when you guys, it was like maybe senior year, it was like the first time in a while that you guys weren't roommating together.
Oh yeah.
And like everyone but you guys were so distraught, including me. I was distraught. I'm like, how are you guys gonna survive? Are you gonna be okay? Like, what's going on? Like, are you guys fighting or like?
Fun fact: that started with a huge fight.
Oh,
That's how that started.
So it was a fight.
No, but it wasn't about us living together. It was about we were both RAs, and I was getting an outside day, and he was getting an inside day, which means that if you're an outside, that means the weekend leaks into your duty day.
Okay.
So if you're on duty in the weekend, it means you go from like out. If I
I didn't even remember this.
he should, he's furious. If I was gonna get Thursday or Monday, I forget, but it basically means that the weekend duty is your duty, so it's 2 days.
Right.
So if I got Thursday, it'd be Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. And if I got Monday, it'd be Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And as an RA, I had not experienced an inside day yet. And he was demanding an
Well,
inside
that was
day.
your first semester.
It was my.
No, you started. You
No.
started the second semester.
Yeah. No, I started how to the. I don't want to get into this argument. I went like literally
It's starting all over again.
in my distraught, furied mind. I went back and checked duty logs. I had outside days since I started an RA. I only got one inside day, and that was the last semester senior year. I checked duty logs. I'm not here to argue about it 'cause it's past.
Sorry, I brought it.
I know, it's fine.
Wait, okay, so like the main point was that you guys didn't room together because you're both RAs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the.
But as
reason.
our race, we also roomed together because I got the job after
I-
someone had left.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And we argued there was never a point where me and him were not arguing. When
Right.
the first time we roomed, I think we had 2 or 3 major arguments. And during one of them, we only spoke the whiteboard. Because he got mad at a Tumblr post that I made about
I
him.
remember that.
I had it right, all right?
I've yet to apologize
And,
for that.
and you
'cause
know
I
what?
don't feel
Like, I
need to.
commend you guys for it because, like, honestly, most people, when they get into stupid arguments like that, they don't stay friends after. And it's silly, but that's what happens.
I just think that our friendship is, I think, 1/4 habit, 3/4 dependency at this point.
Is it?
I
I
feel
don't
it.
want to say
I
dependency.
don't think it's dependency.
No, not at all.
What do you want to call it? Because that's what I kind of
Comfort.
comfort.
Well,
I'm
it
fine with
is.
that.
You guys have such, like, a long-term relationship at this point.
Arbit- arbitrary, non-real thing. I'm his third, I think.
I honestly don't remember.
I think I'm in your top 5. You're in my top 10 of people of importance in your
Yeah.
life.
That's fair.
He's only lower because I'm very close with my family and he's not.
Right. Okay.
So
That
I
makes
think
I like that you guys discussed this prior, though.
we've had many
It's
conversations.
just like random thoughts. Yeah.
we had a conversation a couple weeks ago. Last time we visited. No, 2 times ago.
No, that was a while ago. What are you talking about?
No, you visited last week. Now the week before, the time we visited before that was when we talked about it.
No. We talked about it. I think over like the phone or something.
No, about us staying in Florida.
I think it was actually in Florida.
No, it wasn't.
Was it?
Well,
I honestly don't
wait,
remember.
at some point we had a conversation about if we had stayed in Florida and pursued.
Oh yeah.
That's now you know what I'm talking about.
No, but that's not the same conversation. That's totally different.
I know.
Oh, okay.
But no, I'm not talking about the number conversation.
Oh,
that
okay.
was probably in Florida over vacation, but it was basically a conversation of if we had stayed in Florida and gotten our like 2-year degree and then expanded from that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. He would probably be a drug using construction worker.
I wouldn't be drugged.
There's a lot of drugs in construction use, but if you want to feel that way, I'm okay with it.
I'd definitely be in construction.
Yeah, he'd be in
Yeah.
construction, and I would maybe be a suicidal airplane painter.
Yes.
Airplane painter?
That's
Yeah.
what my dad does. I was whenever this last summer I worked with my dad, just levels of self betrayal and just hating every day combination. I hate.
Wait, no. What is an airplane painter? You just paint airplanes?
Mm-hmm.
Like putting paint on airplanes, not painting airplanes.
I was the grunt. My dad makes a living painting airplanes. It's good work.
Good money.
I hate it. I hate it so much. He's been making me do it since I was a kid, and when you force a kid to do something, they hate it.
You don't seem like a manual labor type person.
I'm not, and he knows it. He's like, anytime I'm like, he's like, you better study. He like literally looks at me, he's like, you better study, and I'm like, I am. God, stop. But
You'd be a good boyfriend.
but basically, if we had stayed, he would have gone to school until his parents would need help paying rent, so he'd drop out and become a construction worker.
No, I don't think I would have gone to school if I did construction.
Well, I remember one time you told me that like you were having a hard time affording money for the school,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and like you almost had to drop out at one point.
No, I mean technically, I was like living.
Everyone knows at
Yeah.
this point.
Wait, what happened?
Where
I
like,
don't know what happened.
the second semester of freshman year, I decided I couldn't afford it, so
Right.
I was living under someone else's roof in the dorm,
Okay.
like illegally. Is that legal?
I wouldn't use the word illegal, but it's definitely not allowed.
Not allowed,
Yeah.
yeah. So I
But-
stayed.
So you
there.
could still afford classes, you just couldn't afford dorm.
Barely, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
now.
the dorm and yeah. But I wasn't full time. I only took 2 classes that year.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah.
How the hell did you graduate on time?
6 classes,
Jesus.
Mhm.
like 3 years, I think. 2 years.
Wow.
3 semesters.
Good for you, dude.
Yeah, it was tough, and I was the
Awesome.
RA too. So
Wow,
yeah, it
dude.
was horrible.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Wow.
I think it's break time for us.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna take a break, and you'll hear from our non-existent sponsors.
we need money.
See you later. Welcome back from our unpaid sponsor. All right, so we're still with Danny. He hasn't left.
No,
We kept him hostage.
surprisingly.
Not allowed to leave. So I think I want to segue into talking about where your life is now, because we're all graduated now. We've talked about that before. We've talked about where you and I are now. We stayed at the school. Dear Danny here has left us.
I know. Fun fact: it's gonna be a year soon.
Oh, I hate that.
I
I hate how little progress I feel like I've made in a year.
see. But yeah, Danny has left the state, left the school. He's abandoned us. Not abandoned. He's done better.
He's done better things.
Is it better? I don't
Well,
think it's better.
tell us and them what you're doing.
Where did you move to?
New York, right?
Big man. New York City?
Right in that-
Is it New York City?
Yeah. Well, the Bronx.
The Bronx.
I live in the
So
Bronx.
pretty
now.
much.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's pretty cool. And you got yourself a big boy job.
It's a big boy job.
Yeah, it's full time. It's in
full-time.
your field,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
What do you?
Technically, I mean, it's like half customer service, half like.
Half our job is customer service. I think in reality.
In reality, and no
But
matter what job you have.
This is like
yeah.
fully customer service. This is like someone comes in and then they want something and it's,
Oh, so is it like a print shop?
yeah, no, it's
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
it's like a printing press.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome though.
It,
Oh,
it-
kinda. So
Yeah.
you're not digging it then.
no, I mean, it's all right. It's definitely like a great starting job.
It's not like a passion job. It's
No.
like a technical job.
It's not.
Are you Danny?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Sorry, again, I have speak too much for Danny all the time. I
Oh my gosh.
apologize.
No, it's totally fine.
I want more of a.
You're
career.
married. It's fine. It happens with married
Common
couples.
law. I think we're there. No, okay, no. I think common law we'll not living together, but in a platonic friendship relationship. It'll be I think a year. It'll be 6 years of platonic friendship.
That's adorable.
I want a
Anyway,
ring.
so you're not. It's okay. Your job's okay.
Yeah.
It's a starting job for you.
Yeah,
Is it just
for sure.
boring or?
I mean, some days we don't like. No one comes in. No one wants anything printed. So then it's just like, okay.
Is it basically just like retail where you're just like waiting for customers
Yeah.
to come in?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then like phone calls, and I hate phones now. I mean, I hated them before, but like I hate them now.
Oh, like phones give me super anxiety. Like every job that I had to answer a phone with, I had to write myself a script so I would not like super freak out on the phone. I don't know what it is, but like especially when you're talking to someone you don't know.
I think I have the answer for that.
What?
I think okay. Thoughts together. For the older generations, phone calls for a long time were friends and family.
Yeah.
And I don't think we really ever had that.
I did. I used to talk on the phone with my friends constantly when I was a kid.
I never had that.
I had a phone in my bedroom.
That was technically our generation. Yeah.
My
That's when it ended, though.
Yeah. When I was like in once middle school hit, that's like when it
Like
ended.
texting, that's when.
Texting started.
I started
yeah.
having friends when texting was like the main means of communication.
Yeah.
For a long time, I just had no friends.
I
Or like I
hated
am too.
texting.
I hated it, and then I did it, and I was like, I get it.
I mean, I get it now. I hated it then. I hate it now because it's just not. It doesn't seem like an appropriate way for conversation. There's too many routes for miscommunication.
I applaud its efficiency, but I do
It's
agree
very
that
efficient.
there are a lot of times where
It prolongs a conversation a lot. It's not
Sir,
efficient in that
when
way.
I am like, we're going here at this time, and this is where we'll be, I think that's a great use of text.
Making plans. That's what texting is perfect for.
I think it's a great means of casual communication. I think for me, casual communication is actually an important concept, because I think a lot of the ways I keep in touch with all of my friends throughout my lifetime is through casual means: Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. And I think that's important to keep a relationship
Open, yeah.
Yeah, like being like, I may not talk to you every day, but I am thinking of you, and I am sending these things or sending you or putting out these messages for you.
Right.
But I think I think those are important things. And I think texting really helps that.
Yeah. I don't think there's very like actual conversation going on anymore. Like on a daily basis, let's say. Like to keep relationships up and up. Like you don't have like a conversation with everybody anymore, but you might send them like a funny picture or a funny meme or whatever. And like that's keeping your relationship up and not abandoning anybody.
Because I think our generation and we have more of a social responsibility, because if I say I haven't talked to you because I didn't know how, it's like I know how. I can Snapchat you, email you, text you.
We have the means, so you don't have an excuse anymore.
Yeah, so like I think that's where all this is coming from. Is like you want to tell people I do want to talk to you. It's just that I'm busy and I have a life.
Right.
And I think that's how we kind of get around it with all these like Facebook posts and Tumblr and all that. It's like I want to connect. I am busy.
Right. And that's very interesting to think about, because like if you think about like our parents, when they went to high school, they probably don't talk to 99% of the high school class. But like you think about it now, we're Facebook friends with all of our high school class. Yeah, deleted some maybe. But like, you know, like people expect you to stay in contact with everybody. And it's kind of like we have more of a social responsibility because we have the means to, and it's
like it's easier and it's harder at the same time.
Exactly, because we have more of a responsibility, but it doesn't take that much more time out of our day than it would if we did it when we were our parents' time.
Because they have to like write a letter. It's like, I don't have postage
fucking
stamps.
handwrite a letter.
It was more family back then.
It was definitely more about family.
Which
I could totally see that.
For me is such an interesting thing that's changing. Is like I think a lot of people are saying that for millennials and Generation Z, to them friendships are more valuable than family, because. And I get that, because I
totally get that.
I love my family and I want them in my life, but like if someone in my family just turned out to be some toxic, bigoted person, I have no qualms against cutting them out.
Exactly.
And then if someone were to come to me, my family would be like, they're your family. You can't just. I'll be like, no, I 100% can.
I had no way of choosing them to be part of my family, so like I've no problem cutting them out if they're toxic.
Oh yeah, like the whole like run sick in the water. Not even the real quote. The real quote is the water of the womb, the blood of camaraderie or friendship, blah, 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 runs thicker than the water of the womb, which is like the friendships you make on purpose and with intention are more important than the ones that are just...
Of course.
Genetic.
By chance, basically. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And you know what? I've definitely learned to appreciate my family more as I gotten older.
Oh, yeah.
Because when I was like a child and a kid, like my family could like fuck off. Like I had friends and that's all that mattered. And like I'm not even kidding with you. Like I had no interest in like being close to my family at all, and like that could have just been my teenage angst. But like I definitely learned to like be more close to my family as I've gotten older. But I've also learned that like there's those toxic people in your family that you don't have to communicate with. It's not your obligation. But I feel like if it was years back, you would still have to feel obligated to help them out or be part of their life, you know?
For sure.
So like it's different responsibilities nowadays, I guess, so we're kind of switching off. But
I don't know. It's not to force Danny to speak or speak for Danny, but he's got actually a bunch of interesting experiences in this subject, if you want to share any of them.
Like what, family-wise?
Yeah, your family's crazy.
Well, I mean crazy, but it's like small and like I don't know. If you deal with them, I deal with them. Like,
so like I don't know. What is your mom and dad like?
Well,
if it helps you any, my mom and dad are it's weird because they're not. I'd like to say that they're introverted and keep to themselves, but it's not like that. It's more that they just kind of like, they like their own lives. My dad has his friends and whatever. My mom has her friends and whatever. And it's not very often that like all of our worlds will come together. They value their own lives greatly, and I learned to value my own life and create my own life and value that greatly. But it's very rare that they ever combined. So like when we're together, it's just us three and nobody else. And it's just like we all have our separate lives. So and like in that way, we're very like introverted from each other.
Your parents together though?
Yep,
Yeah.
they're together.
Okay.
They moved to Michigan now, so like they don't live close to me anymore. But
I remember you saying.
that's that's their life.
No, my parents are not together. So my dad.
When did they separate? If you don't
Oh,
mind
I
me
didn't
asking.
even like very young.
Oh, okay.
I don't even remember honestly.
All right.
Yeah, I think it was like 2 or 4, one of those.
Wow.
Oh, okay. Because I know my parents were going through a thing when, like, I was in college with you guys. And, like, that was really weird for me because, like, I didn't, like, expect them to. It was a weird situation. But, like, they didn't end up going through with it and everything worked out in the end. But it was very weird, you know? Because, like, usually, like, I remember having friends who, like, had divorced parents. And it always happened when they were young. You know what I mean? Like, and then they kind of grew up with it and learned to deal with it and whatever. And I'm like 20 and my parents are getting divorced and I don't know what to do about it. But no, it didn't even come to that, which was great. But so like you were like 2 when your parents got divorced?
Yeah, I'll say around 2.
All right.
I don't remember anything when I was young though.
Right. So you kind of grew up in
Yeah.
2 households then?
No, just one. Just my mom.
Oh, just your mom.
Yeah.
So,
I saw my dad like maybe some weekends and like very few. Like,
oh, okay.
yeah.
All right. So what is Lucas talking about?
Yeah, what are you talking about? Oh, like my brother and like my sister.
No,
like
and
the
your
trouble.
mom and your dad and your step parents.
I mean, all right. So my mom is super friendly, but sometimes I have problems with.
I met her mom, I think, twice max. The first time or second time, she was like, okay, so I know you're his friend, so like, let's plan a party for him and like invite all his friends.
Oh no.
And it was so cute. But
Really?
she literally.
Oh my God.
And,
I didn't know. I
but
didn't know
sadly,
about
it never worked out. So because I never saw your mom again.
Yeah. No,
That's
you know,
funny.
very secretive.
Oh yeah, I think I've been to your house once.
I'm
And I
surprised.
saw-
I thought it was, I didn't
It
even.
was when you lived in that neighborhood behind the high school, and she had all the Betty Boop stuff.
Oh, yeah. She collects Betty Boop.
That's adorable.
Easiest gift too. Like you just go. like,
Wow,
hey,
that
Betty
is
Boop.
really easy. That's
So
awesome.
convenient.
That's why she had so many. Like
It was a collection.
all
Just Danny.
It's just Danny. She just like mentioned Betty Boop once,
And
and,
he
you
was
just forever got her Betty Boop stuff.
it's easy. It's like, come on, what else do you give him?
I met his mom once, and I'm pretty sure if that could be true, and she'd be like, he likes to give me Betty Boop, so I like Betty Boop.
Yeah.
No, because
I
it
could
got
totally
too much.
see
Because
that.
that became my room. That
Oh,
was
no,
that was
it
my
like leaked
yeah.
in?
No, because when in college, and then they
Oh.
basically moved to like a 2-bedroom, and then like that one came. It was like an office / my bedroom now, and all Betty Boop above me. And it was just like, okay, cool.
That's
you know?
really funny.
Oh god.
But yeah, that was fun. That's why I like college. It's like my own room.
Yeah, they didn't
Kinda.
take over your room.
I don't know, his freshman room was a mess.
Because of you. Oh wait. I forgot.
His roommate, who still is,
Oh shoot, I said his name.
I didn't hear it.
Oh,
I
cool.
heard it,
Oh,
but his
I'll
roommate.
bleep it in the editing.
I know, it's kind of hard to defend him because to this day I've been in his room in the past weekend and it's still a mess. But the building he lived in, it was a closet. I think there's more space between us and the camera than his room.
Yeah,
So
it
this
was-
is a story about who you roomed with in freshman year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, yeah, the context.
Yeah.
But it was not really a story. It's just that his freshman year he was living in a closet, and then later on lived in someone else's room.
Right.
Basically.
How did you feel? I might have missed it earlier, but how do you feel about your freshman year? Because yours was
I liked
whirlwind.
it. So I liked my first half, even though I was living with like that monster of a roommate.
Monster of a roommate.
Because no, he stinked,
Oh,
and
Jesus.
that space was so small.
What, did he not like personal hygiene?
Mm-mm.
I don't know, because he never like was in the room, but yet like his smell was.
Oh, that's awful.
I don't get it.
I can vouch for that.
Oh, that's gross.
But I like that. I like that semester. Like the school wise, like people.
I think I might have had a better freshman experience if I dormed. Because I commuted.
No, yeah.
Fun fact: freshman year, you should, if possible, dorm. It's not because it's not about living on campus, but about friendship for a lot of the time is proximity,
Right.
and being within the res hall with everyone else. You just make better. You make not better, but you make more friends, and it's easier to be friends with people.
Definitely.
Because like going home, you kind of feel isolated.
Yeah.
And I was definitely isolated, and I definitely wish I could have hung out with you guys more, but it was definitely a proximity thing.
Oh, yeah.
And
If possible, they're not making kind of contract, I would house the first semester, first year semester,
right.
because it makes it easier to establish some meaningful relationships because you're just with more contact.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's so expensive.
Oh,
It is. Well, that was the thing.
That's
Yeah.
the
and
reason
you
you
live
can't
so
do
close,
it.
it made no sense.
Yeah, exactly. It made no sense. I lived so close.
Well, and maybe sorry to interrupt.
No,
but
it's totally
for
fine.
some other schools, I think it might be less of an issue because there's more spaces.
Right.
Our school kind of lacked
Oh yeah.
like communal spaces.
That's
Right.
true.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, Danny.
Then how did we start hanging out though? And like you're a commuter and we
I
still.
remember that I met both of you in observational drawing.
Mm.
Well, we had all our classes
Yeah,
together.
we
well,
had
except
the-
for
we-
design.
Yeah, we had basically all the same classes together. What?
Your design class, I'm guessing.
No, I was like, wasn't she in her second class? But no, she's never in the class. I think she said.
No, she was in your design class.
I
You
was
were-
in, we had together.
Oh, I thought you
But
meant.
he wasn't.
I thought you
Yeah.
meant designed one, not G design.
No, we were in design.
Because
We had-
there was freshman design, which was like the class.
Oh,
and then there was
foundations.
Yeah,
that's the word I'm looking
Right.
for.
Yeah.
No, you know
should've-
how I am with you in my classes.
I
You
know.
never are. But
No, for like 2 years, Lucas thought that I was in so many of his classes when I wasn't.
And they'd be like, do the project? She'd be like, I'm not in
In
your
that
class. And I'd be like, you're right. I'm sorry. And then I'd do it the
And
next day.
then, or you'd start talking about like a story that happened, like, oh, like that crazy thing that happened in class today. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't have class with you.
I have such bad memory, and my memory's so.
Welcome back to the crappiest lo-fi podcast ever, where we have production errors every single time.
It's okay. We'll work through this. Eventually, we'll have more cameramen and a cameraman.
And moved to New York. It's easy with.
Dude, fund us so we can move to New York and have this guy as a cameraman.
Yeah, or Los Angeles.
He's really good at it.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Hit
LA
that record
though.
That's where all the vloggers are.
LA. Let's move to LA and be YouTubers.
He's been there. He's lived there.
I've lived there. Well, I not lived there.
Pretty close.
On an air mattress for like a month.
Yeah.
I could live on an air mattress with you guys for a month.
It's all air mattresses.
It
Just
deflates.
that.
I don't own any furniture except for this coat rack.
I own those couches.
They're so nice.
They're very nice.
Okay.
Yes.
Anyway, we're getting off topic. I
Um,
think this podcast has run off for quite a bit of time, so I think we might end it.
Thank
Thank you so much for being on our
yeah.
podcast, Danny.
Thank you for opening up, giving us some deets.
Yeah.
Sweet little deets.
We should have you back very soon.
Very soon.
Very soon.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming. Thank you, co-host. Thank you, viewers, if any, sponsors who are gonna happen.
I don't know. I think it's far fetched. Slurm is sponsoring right now, I guess.
Such a good joke. Such a good.
Never had it.
It's insect goop. It's vegan.
Is it like Futurama?
Yeah.
No.
Sponsor us Futurama,
Is it Futurama?
which I canceled.
Anyway,
Did it?
but yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's not.
It's
it's
been
not
canceled
on
3
anymore.
times.
Thank
Wow.
God, Danny.
Okay.
Anyway, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to leave a comment or give us a like if you like what you
Please
see.
subscribe. I think that's.
Subscribe. I
If you're not
guess.
gonna do the other two, please subscribe.
I don't know YouTube. And if you're on iTunes, please leave a review. That helps very much. And or SoundCloud too.
Yeah,
SoundCloud.
we really have not planned out our format.
We don't even. We're just recording right now. We haven't planned out anything.
Nothing.
We don't
This
know
is-
what we're doing. Like
So.
this is just for fun right now. But yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.